Hello everyone and welcome back to Football Manager 2021 and another episode of this Newcastle United series. Since the last episode we've had a pretty good time. We've had a pretty good time in the league, but the last couple of games actually haven't gone too well. We did, following that 3-0 win against both Wolves and then West Ham, we did manage to beat Aston Villa 6-1, an absolute thumping of this Aston Villa team. If we're able to try and get these goals up, I will show you how it went. There were 4 goals for Callum Wilson in this match. We absolutely tore this Villa team apart. It was only meant to be 3 to half a goal on the expected goals, but we got off the mark. So Max Mount in behind for Fraser and Callum Wilson on the volley. The two new signings at Newcastle getting the goal or linking up to get the goal, and Callum Wilson got his second shortly afterwards. The ball just thrown into the box, again linking up with Fraser before dinking it past the goalkeeper into that far post for 2-0. Following that, we then got a goal from Alan Sam Maximan. Longstaff out to Alvarez, he swung it across, and Sam Maximan arriving late with the header made it number 3. And then Callum Wilson got the hat-trick, just 31 minutes on the clock as Lewis played it in behind Wilson onto the loose ball, tucked it home for goal number 4 and a hat-trick very, very quickly into the match. Now Jack Grealish did get one back just before half-time. Traore played it through and Grealish somehow onside there. It was a beautiful way to bisect the defenders and get a goal, but we just carried on. I'll skip the own goal from Martinez, but Callum Wilson getting his 4th goal of the game. Ball played out wide to Lewis, dinked in, and Wilson with an open net at the near post made it 6. So an absolute crushing of Aston Villa. Next up, we were totally undone by Chelsea. It's a real shame as well because we were actually doing pretty well in the game. Timo Werner did get the first goal, but it kind of came out of nowhere. You can see we were dominating this game for a long period of time. Their goal just out of nothing. James put the ball forward, it went into the box, and Werner with a header at the near post made it 1-0. We did manage to pull one back. That man Callum Wilson getting another goal, currently the Premier League's top goal scorer, which is not surprising with 5 goals in 2 games in this little run. He pulled it back to all square, but then late on in the second half you could see Chelsea start pulling away, and we're pretty flat throughout the second half. And Timo Werner doing all of the damage. First goal here, he spins the defender, charges past Alvarez, and then finishes it low past Dubravka to give Chelsea the lead. And we'll just take a look at Werner's hat-trick goal as well. Tammy Abraham bringing the ball forward from the right flank, blocked by Clark, but poor defending, and Werner gets the finish for 4-1. So Otavio getting the other goal in that game. We then had a 1-1 draw with Fulham. Callum Wilson again scoring for us. He's absolutely exceptional as a striker. You can see 10 goals in 9 league appearances, 10 in 10 in all competitions. He's been absolutely unbelievable for us so far this season, especially with Odsonne Edouard not particularly happy at the club. But this little slip up across our last 2 games, taking just 1 point, does mean we drop down to 4th in the table. We have a game in hand over Man United. If we win, we go above United, probably remain in 3rd place. But we're in the hunt for European places. I'd like a top 6 finish in our first season, and we are 6 points clear with a game in hand in that top 6 area. So you would imagine that that's really, really possible. But today we have the biggest challenge of the season so far. We're at home against Liverpool. Obviously, if we do win, we close that gap at the top down to 1 point, but Liverpool have won all but one of their matches this season. And following the Liverpool game, we will take on Leeds. After that, I'm probably going to go into the January transfer window. There'll be a decent little run of matches until the next episode. I'm not exactly sure where we land. It could be around the FA Cup, maybe the FA Cup and Chelsea double header. But I'd like to make a bit of progress through the season if we can. So if we go and have a look at the way we're going to line up against Liverpool today, you can see that I've not changed the team yet. So we will take Lascelles out and bring in Dummett. Also need to just drop him out of the squad and bring in probably Kraft, given the situation of unregistered and injured players. Otherwise, I might actually just keep the same team out there. Everybody's fit and ready to go. So it'll be Wilson and Edouard up top with Saint-Maximin and Vilca on the wings. Of course, I could take Vilca off and potentially bring on Ryan Fraser, who is back again and available. I'll certainly put Fraser back on the bench, maybe for Andy Carroll, who's unlikely to play. Delph and Longstaff in the middle with Lewis, Clark, Dummett, Alvarez and Dubravka filling in the goalkeeper's position. I'm not expecting anything from this game. We are at home. It would be amazing if we could repeat that Spurs result. But you can see just how tough this Liverpool team is. Very strong going out there. No Salah today. He must have an injury. So Jota is in there. I think here, what are we going to go for? Outstretched arms and just say, let's avoid the praise in the media. There we go. Martin Dubravka's happy. But if we jump into this match, I'll zoom in a little bit on the action. Gomez on the right flank, takes it past the defender, ball in, Clark away. Gomez still with it. We're in the first minute, which is not encouraging given that Liverpool are already on the attack with a highlight. Lewis wins the ball back, wonderful stuff, and he plays it forward, and Saint-Maximin on the counter, in behind for Edouard. He's got space. Wilson arising. Edouard, though, tried to do it himself, but he's missed the target, the ball going past the far side of the post, and really we need to make Edouard happy. It's a real shame that he's unhappy because he could have been an absolutely amazing striker for us, but it looks like that's just not going to pay off on the current evidence, as Alisson plays the ball forward out from the back as you would expect from Liverpool. Now Keita forward to Firmino playing through the middle, Clark trying to come up for the tackle, Jota with it on the left, ball into Firmino, Jota again. His 6th goal of the season so far for Liverpool. He's repeating his heroics of real life with that goal. It's both, of course, another goal, but also a very, very nice finish. A little 1-2 with Firmino, and Jota finds that top corner past Dubravka. VAR's checking the goal. I don't think there's any need. It's definitely a goal. And it means that we do have work to do, but Robertson trying to make it worse, and it's just flicked over the top, so no damage done there. Alisson again plays the ball out from the back. Fabinho forward to Keita. Now Fabinho to Firmino. Keita trying to take it down the left flank and finds the goal scorer Jota. Ball back to Robertson, put in, and now we get it away. Saint-Maximin nearly gives it away, but we do retain the ball. Dubravka out to Kieran Clark. Dummett onto Vilca. Not sure we quite know what we're trying to do with the ball, but it's gone over the top and Wilson is in behind the defenders. He's held up, but he cuts inside, and unfortunately he also misses the target. Thiago with a corner here for Liverpool. It goes in, cleared away. Jota down to Fabinho. Now Robertson. If Edouard had got a foot in on that ball, then he would have been clean through on goal. Alisson, though, sends it out wide. Mane in, still running in as well. Firmino good cut out by Alvarez, but a poor ball over the top. They found space down the right. Liverpool. Gomez blocked, and Saint-Maximin to Delph, who tries to play it forward, but we're 1-0 down and we're clearing our lines with an hour left to play. It's not encouraging, but finally Edouard has got a run. He's got Wilson in the middle. It's Saint-Maximin at the edge, and again, I can't remember the last time Saint-Maximin had a shot on target this season. He has been extremely poor. All bluster with no actual delivery. Robertson here cutting out, but only going to Kieran Clark. Saint-Maximin trying to prove me wrong. Pulls it off to Edouard. In on goal, and Odsonne Edouard finally back on the score sheet. His 50th goal of his career. It's his 5th goal for us this season. Saint-Maximin getting the assists as well, which is what we want to see from him. And that's a beautiful side-footed shot with a little bit of power past Alisson, and it pulls us out of nowhere back level with Liverpool. So we're actually the better team on paper at the moment. We're not quite edging possession, but we're certainly edging the expected goals, although Liverpool have just ticked that up with what I imagine was a decent effort. But it is close, looking at that expected goals. It's not what you do with the ball, it's the chances you create and the possibility that you might create a chance that could give you the goal. So at the moment we seem to be doing our job. But can we keep doing it in this second half, or are Liverpool going to turn up the pressure and maybe go into 5th gear? and just sail past us. Gomez puts the ball in. It's cleared out by Alvarez. We need a good start to the second half, and we've got a chance here. Ball in behind, but Virgil van Dijk doing what you'd expect him to do with a clearance. Alvarez, though, to Vilca. Virgil van Dijk again in the way, and now they come forward with Divock Origi. It's out wide, and Alvarez cuts it out once more. Robertson, though, to Keita. Now Thiago through in behind for Mane. What a tackle by Jamal Lewis that was, denying a certain goal. We're definitely going to take some Axman off if he's got a knock, because there's no way he's staying on. Alvarez here with a long throw towards the back stick, and Alisson does claim it. Callum Wilson was trying to get in there and header it. Longstaff, now Wilson in for Vilca. There's a bit of space out there for Alvarez, but now he's just caught out of position. But, oh, what a wonderful track back that is. Andy found Callum Wilson. Nice little 1-2. Wilson out wide. Gomez clears it though. Now Mane can counter. Held up by Fabian Delph. Lewis to Delph. In behind. Longstaff intercepts. He's got Wilson there. Plays it in, and Wilson is onto it, but it's blocked by Virgil van Dijk, who is everywhere in defence for Liverpool at the moment. Robertson with the throw, cleared by Alvarez. Handed forward to Keita. Origi's in behind, but Dubravka comes across to catch it. It looked offside, and I think it was. The referee's not blown his whistle to give us advantage, and Callum Wilson trying to use it. Finds Vilca out on that right flank. Tackled, but keeps the ball. Pulls it back to Alvarez in a good position. Now Vilca back in. Longstaff, edge of the area, has given it away, and Origi can maybe counter, but Lewis over the top. Wilson coming in. He's past the goalkeeper, and Callum Wilson gets his 11th goal of the season. We're going cautious, because who would have thought that we would be leading the league leaders and champions Liverpool here. We're 2-1 up at St James's Park. Callum Wilson making the most of that. Jamal Lewis interception and ball over the top, and he's managed to round Alisson Becker and get the goal as well. Is there more on the cards, or are Liverpool about to turn this around? Vilca with a wonderful tackle. Longstaff now gives it away, and Origi is in behind and has got the goal. I thought I'd gone to cautious. I don't know why that's still on attacking. That's very frustrating. Maybe if we're on cautious we don't concede there. But it's a poor ball by Sean Longstaff. I don't know what he's trying to do there. We are going to have to just change up the team a little bit. Probably both central midfielders coming off. If we can. It just doesn't seem to want to let me do what I want to do here. Let's bring John Joe Shelvey on if we can. Ball cleared away. Callum Wilson chasing after it, but Mane should clean up. Robertson to Matip. Fabinho around the corner. Origi to Keita. It's beautiful play. And Dubravka with a very, very good save. I was sure that was offside, but apparently it was not. Very close game here with 20 minutes left to go. Robertson tackled by Shelvey, but he keeps the ball. Tackled by Shelvey again. Wilson makes the run. He's in behind the defender. Callum Wilson through on the goalkeeper. And Callum Wilson does make it 3-2. This time we are going cautious to see if we can hold on to this lead. Excellent work by the fresh player John Joe Shelvey. Plays in the informed striker Callum Wilson, and he dinks it over a diving Alisson Becker for 3-2. And for the second time in this game, we lead against the league leaders Liverpool. Let's take Vilcroft if we can. But we are in control of this game right now. Oh, I've just taken him off and we're down to 10 men as a result. That was a mistake. I didn't remember we'd used all of our substitutes. Dumb it here forward to Shelvey. Is that going to come back to haunt us? It's a terrible mistake. The assistant manager not helped me. But a ball in behind Wilson for a hat-trick. Denied by Alisson. That would have been wonderful. It's cleared away. Now Diego Jota. Surely we don't get beaten on the counter here. Back to Wijnaldum. Out wide. Alvarez doesn't win it. Robertson can keep going. He finds Wijnaldum. And finally we turn over the ball and clear it away. Can we see through this last minute? It looks like we can. We've done it. We've beaten the league leaders Liverpool, and the expected goal showed that it was deserved as well. Edouard with 1, Wilson with 2. That is absolutely incredible by the boys to have done that. We're going to go for the outstretched arms. I'd give them all a hug after a win like that, because it moves us up to second in the table, 1 point behind Liverpool. It also means we're 3 points clear of Man City in the race for the top 4. And we're also now 9 points clear of 7th place, and we're 16 points clear of the relegation that the media thought we would get with me in charge in my first season. So that is excellent by every single indicator. What a win that is over Liverpool, 3-2. Next up, we'll take on Leeds United and try and get 3 more points in the bag. A few changes to the team for this match against Leeds United following that brilliant win over Liverpool. We're playing with the 2 goal scorers, Wilson and Edouard, up front, but we've got Fraser out on the right, Saint-Maximin on the left, and the Longstaff brothers in central midfield. It's then Dummett, Clark, Alvarez and Kraft in defence with Dubravka in goal. This is a game I would expect us to win. We should have beaten Leeds in the Carabao Cup when we took a 2-0 lead, but we threw it away and then we missed almost all of our penalties to get knocked out. It is a difficult Leeds United team. They've got Meslier in goal this time instead of Casilla. And there's a lot of good players in there, so we're going to have to be really careful, see if we can get the win and keep up our march near the top of the table. We're going to be trying to avenge what happened last time against Leeds, but we are away from home. It's never going to be easy taking on a Marco Bielsa team, but you can see we've got the early chance here. The ball's gone in, the keeper missed it, so Maximin back to Dummett, but we nearly scored very early on there. Meslier came out and didn't get there. Kraft now puts it forward. Phillips to Bamford, now Rodrigo goes for the effort, and Dubravka, I don't know if he knew that was going wide, but he just watched it pass by the near post, or the far post, sorry, and luckily did not go into the back of the net. But at the moment, we do seem to be roughly on top of the game. It's not clear cut, actually pretty level now, half an hour gone. Maybe a case for demanding a little bit more from the team. Rodrigo, though, plays it over, and Dubravka with a theatrical dive to pick that one out of the sky. I'm pretty sure he could have just stood there. Leeds with the ball back now, working it down the right, and Bamford's in behind. Unfortunately, this time he has missed the target, but we know the damage he can do against our team, and we don't seem to be doing much to stop it. Fraser, though, edge of the area, back to Longstaff, and Sean Longstaff. It's been a little while since he scored, but that's his 5th goal of this season already from central midfield. He's been a wonderful player. I know I keep saying wonderful, but he really has been a wonderful player to make it 1-0. And he has scored many, many important goals in this rise towards the top of the table. So we can be really happy with how he's performed. You can see Leeds there should really be in charge of this game. There's not been a lot happening though. I'm going to say I'm really pleased with the way the team have performed. I mean, the thing is that Sean Longstaff scores the goals that you shouldn't score. That's why he's such a good player to have. Especially playing the formation, the role, the position that he plays. He can pop up and score really important, infrequent goals from a position you don't expect them. And now we've got a chance. The ball's gone in behind. Wilson with it, holds it up, back to Longstaff. Played out to Saint-Maximin. Edouard in behind for Fraser. He's still on goal. Back to Wilson. That was so unselfish from Ryan Fraser. He found Callum Wilson, who should thank him after the game for that goal, because that was all Ryan Fraser's awareness, anticipation and selflessness to get in that position and then pull it back for Wilson to fire in his 13th goal of the season. He cannot stop scoring. I can see him getting 35 to 40 goals this season if he keeps doing what he's doing. And now Roberts on the attack for Leeds was not far away from finding the top corner. Now I'm going to learn from the mistake last time where I stayed on attacking and we threw away a 2-goal lead. I've gone cautious. Fraser in the box, so shows that it doesn't matter. He gets his 2nd goal for the club. 3-0 now, away from home against Leeds. We are absolutely storming our way up the table. Look at that volley. That's so sweetly struck by Ryan Fraser past the goalkeeper. And as it stands, we are going to the top of the table. Wonderful. Wonderful stuff from the team as we start to pull away here. Longstaff, though, maybe just struggling in midfield. So let's bring guys like Hayden on. Edouard also struggling a little bit. So Joe Linton can maybe come on for a little run around while we're 3-0 up. But Bamford there with a goal is offside. Bamford looks lethal in Football Manager this year. Absolutely lethal. He scored a few against us. It is a VAR review. It could still count. but it has been disallowed by VAR. I like that little graphic. That's a real improvement on VAR from previous versions of the game. Let's maybe make another substitution. Saint-Maximin struggling as that corner nearly ends up in the back of the net as well. We could bring Jamal Lewis on in that position. I think we will. Ball played forward by Leeds. Kilch to Hernandez. Goes out wide to Harrison on that left flank. Ball blocked off, and now Fraser launches it forward, but Leeds intercept. Hayden again winning it. Now Wilson running at the defenders, cutting them inside out, in on goal, and this time he misses the target a little uncharacteristically. It was a chance to make it 4 and get his second of the night, but he's just missed the target. But a brilliant game here. Honestly, didn't expect us to win this one by 3-0. Possibly more, even if they score, it's still a great result. And they are on the attack. Ayling puts it in, and they have got the goal. Robin Koch with the finish to make it 3-1. A little bit disappointing to give away the clean sheet there, but this win has been fantastic. Ayling with the ball in, and it's probably more the central defender's fault there than it is Kraft coming in from full back. I don't think he should be covering that position. The central defender should be. But only a minute of normal time left as Fraser finds Matty Longstaff. Now Kraft attacking down the right flank. Holds onto the ball. Back to Isaac Hayden. Kraft back to Hayden once more. Now Fraser unmarked, but he's hit that straight at Meslier in goal. Or Meslier in goal. Ball sent forward to Hernandez. Over to the opposite flank for Harrison. In behind for Rodrigo. And a great covering tackle by Alvarez. Showing what he can do in that central defensive position. He's been out on the right for a lot of this season, but showing there the absolute strength he can bring to the team. And we are going to win this game. It's another really good performance from the team in a quite tight match to have won that by 3-0 and then 3-1. We really did do well. And that's 2 massive wins in this episode that leave us after 11 games at the top of the table. And at the moment we're heading for 80 points and a title challenge if we keep this up. Showing we've beaten Spurs, we've beaten Liverpool. We were unfairly beaten 4-1 by Chelsea. I'm not saying we should have even drawn or won that game, but I think it was unfair to lose by 4-1. It was certainly deceptive, and it knocked our confidence for the game against Fulham away from home. But we do have big matches. United, 2 against Leicester, Spurs, then Chelsea as well. I think we'll probably pick up with Spurs and Chelsea in the next episode and see if we can maintain this run in the Premier League until that point. But if you are enjoying this series, do drop a like down below. Make sure to subscribe to the channel if you're new. But until next time, see ya.